What up, y'all? I'm Speedy, and this is 360 with Speedy Morman, and we are on the West Coast right now, and I'm joined by West Coast's very own, The Game. Game, what's up, bro? How you?
What's up, man?
How's everything going?
Oh, man, everything's good, man. Life is good. Nas voice.
Life is definitely good. Shout out to Queens, that's where I'm from.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I am indeed. Far cry from the years ago when your grandmother gave you the name The Game. Here you are, many albums into the game, and the new album, Drillmatic, is on the way soon.
Yeah.
People are excited about that, but we'll talk about that in a second. But before we get to Drillmatic, the upbringing, growing up here in Compton, you know, I remember hearing stories about how you were kind of juggling this life of gangbanging and being in music at the same time. What was that balance like at that time?
As you get older, you get wiser, you start to have children, and then your priorities shift. You know, like before I had kids, you know, I didn't really have nothing to really care about. Like, and when you grow up in Compton, gangbanging, it's kind of like, you know, at some point you're probably gonna get killed, but that's just part of the life, and you accept that as a, you know, as a young dude. But it's kind of even weird because the psychology behind that is like, as a teenager, you're accepting death, and you know what comes with what you're doing every day, but still you're not scared and you have no fear. And that's just, you know, growing up in the jungle, man. That's how Compton is.
Yeah. And so I know that before the rap was as serious as it was, you had these aspirations to work at a Home Depot.
Yeah, man. The Home Depot story is funny because I actually went into a Home Depot and applied. That was number one on my list. Why that was number one and rap was number two was crazy. And I think it was just because the Home Depot was like not far from the crib.
Right.
And it was like, you know, I got to do something. I got to get a job because I'm just one of those guys, I can't be broke, you know what I'm saying? The plan was to go in this Home Depot franchise and like start at the bottom, you know, like, I don't know, in the back, like cutting open boxes and some shit. And then my end goal was I was gonna be the regional manager of like all the Home Depots on the West Coast. So it's like I had like a little 5-year plan. So it wasn't like I was just going in the Home Depot and like getting a job because I needed money. It's like I've always wanted to be a boss, you know what I'm saying? So I went to Home Depot and I applied, and then I was waiting for them to call me. And you know, they didn't, I think like 2 weeks passed, and within that 2-week time, I was watching 106 in Park and I started to write raps. And one time I was watching an episode of AJ and Free, and they had Shine on there. And this when, you know, Shine was like, what type of nigga hanging bang in the streets? Bad boy, like that song was out. And I was like, I could do that for sure. So then I started writing rap. And then once I was able to get in pocket like Pac, and then have a delivery like Hove, and then sort of be intellectual like Nas, and kind of have fun with it and be a playboy too with some of the shit that I was doing like Biggie, I was ready to, you know, like jump in these freestyle battles and sort of take my stake on the West Coast, you know?
Had you got the job at Home Depot and rap didn't work out, do you think that would have been the path? Do you think, where would you be now? Would you be the fucking coastal manager of a Home Depot, or
by
what would
now
you be?
I'd probably be, let me see, I'd probably be like the first black CEO of Home Depot by now. It's just because how I am in life. It's like, I'm not a billionaire now because I just don't want to be. But if I woke up tomorrow and I felt like going to be a billionaire, I would just go put the work in and I would be a billionaire. It's all about mindset. And if you got it in you and you got enough heart to go after it, like, it's yours. There's nothing in the world that I or myself or anybody watching this can't have. It's all out here.
Now, as the story goes, you initially were connecting with Puff at a time when he was on some party shit. And so for like a year straight, you didn't even get in the studio. You was just partying all the time.
Yeah.
I wonder, is there a party that sticks out from that era? This is, you know, pre-fame era Game.
I think the biggest, coolest, funniest party I've ever been to was probably, there was a party for Jeezy in Magic City in Atlanta. Yeah, so Big Meech came through with these duffel bags, these Louis Vuitton duffel bags, I remember, because they were just a regular Louis Vuitton monogram brown and sort of gold duffel bags, and they was all filled with hundreds. I seen them, I looked inside it. And so what happened was Meech would just like give you a duffel bag of hundreds, right? And I mean, it could have been $1 million in there or some shit. And so me and my homie AR, he gave us one, in Blue Da Vinci, like one of my best friends growing up. He just ended up being, one of the biggest niggas in BMF. But we had our own duffel bag, and I just remember Meech saying, but he was like, yo, here, just duffel bag, but you got to throw it. You got to throw everything in here in the club, like you know.
You
'Cause
can't
nigga,
take nothing back
nah,
home
you
to the
can't.
crib?
You can't take nothing with you. And I wasn't really tripping on that because I mean, you know, like we was hustling, we had a little money. It wasn't like it was just all about the sport. But like niggas was in a strip club throwing hundreds. And it was like Puff and Meech and like, you know, like I said, Jeezy was still, you know, still underground. I think at that time it was just like me, Ye, 50 and Ross were like, you know, like coming up. But Jeezy was like right after us. But yeah, man, that was one of the like craziest nights I ever seen in my life because BMF would roll up with like 30 Ferraris and shit, like different colors. Like every nigga had his own Ferrari, the baddest women you ever seen in life, and I mean that was just a time that that I miss in hip hop because it was just like so. It was so real, you know what I'm saying? The cap was at an all-time low, like everything.
The cap was at an all-time low.
You could see it in real time, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so that's what I miss, man.
How much do you think was thrown that night in total? Put a number on it. A mil?
Maybe like 5 or 6.
5-6 mil.
Yeah.
One night.
Probably like 5 or 6 million.
Damn.
Yeah, and I mean I ain't no money counter, but I mean I know what a meal look like in a duffel bag.
Yeah,
you know?
and it was multiple in Louis duffel bags. That's crazy,
It was like
dog.
5 or 6 duffel bags. Man.
Now at this point though, documentary still hadn't come out yet.
Nah.
So is it true that you got into a shootout the day the documentary came out?
Yeah. So the release date, January 18th, man. I had a album release party in Hollywood, and as I was getting ready to go to it, I hear some shit going on outside, and so I threw on my clothes real quick, and I ran outside, and niggas was shooting, and it was already my window was already like knocked out of my Range Rover, like knocked out, and so it had like 4 or 5 bullet holes in it, and it was a bullet hole in my son's car seat.
Oh my God.
And it's just so ironic that bullet hole was in the car seat, but my son just wasn't with me on that day. And so that after that day, I knew I had to like move.
Yeah.
I knew I knew I was too big because I had an album out and I was like the biggest nigga in LA at that time, but I was still staying on the block.
It's crazy how close of an overlap these two time periods are for you. Like gangbanging into like your life changing forever.
Yeah. When I look back at my childhood and my youth and growing up in Compton and gangbanging and the beginning, the early stages of my career, it almost seemed fake. It almost seemed like at this point, like I didn't go through that stuff because it's like how do you really survive that? And it's like I've been shot multiple times. I've been in beefs. I've been in multiple shootouts. Like and so to look back at that and to think that like I survived all that shit is.
Do you ever wonder why?
Nah, man, that is the most frequent question I ask myself when I get up in the mirror. And this is why I'm so the most happy and the most people see like the other day I was dancing on TikTok and people see it like, oh, that ain't gangster. And I'm like, man, like fuck you. Like what do you mean? Like nigga, if you knew what I've been through, bro, you would smile and do a little dance too. Plus I was doing that with my daughter and for my daughter, and it's like I wake up every day happy, man, but the one frequent question that I ask myself every day or ask God or whoever is up there is just like why me? Because I keep getting lucky, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to jinx myself or nothing like that, but I'm definitely 42 years old, and at this point, like right here sitting with you today, I'm not scared to die still. I'm still the same nigga that I've been. I care about more shit, and my priorities are different, but I'm in no way, shape, or form scared to death. Like I'm in tune with life in its full process, and all living things must perish. So my advice to you and everybody else, even myself, would be to just live every day to the fullest, you know?
Hell yeah. You say, sometimes you get a chance to look back and see everything that you've done. So many people in hip hop look to you as a voice because you've been in the game for so long. And so I'm wondering what your thoughts are now on rap lyrics being used in court, specifically in Young Thug's RICO case.
I think that's bullshit. First, I'm gonna say Free Gunna and Young Thug. I think it's bullshit because when fucking Sylvester Stallone plays Rambo, and he's shooting up motherfuckers, they don't go when he gets in trouble in real life. Not saying he did, but if he was to, they're not gonna bring up the Rambo 1 through 5 and be like, yeah, you've been violent your whole career. Like it's entertainment. And I mean, these days, a lot of rappers are, capping in their music and not saying that Gunna and Thug are. I know Thug personally, and we had, our rounds and we bumped heads a few times. And, Thug is with the shit. I don't know Gunna. I never met him, but he's from Atlanta and, he in jail hit with a RICO case, so he obviously about something. or not. But I'm saying, man, I think that that's bullshit, and there needs to be a law passed where they cannot use rappers' entertainment lyrics in a court case because it's bullshit.
No, that's fair to say, because most artists specifically also have a name which could be deemed as a character, right? And so just like how Sylvester Stallone, as an example, is in a movie with Rambo, I mean, it's literally the same thing.
Right, like Young Thug is a rap name created by a rapper, and he raps and he entertains.
Yeah.
He also does, you know, a lot of shit for the community and takes care of a lot of people in Atlanta and outside of Atlanta. So it's like, at some point, like, are they using that to weigh up against, you know, the things that they saying he doing in his music? You know what I'm saying? All the families he's feeding, everything he done for the community. Is that up? You know, are they putting that on a scale? Because one would outweigh the other, especially if it's we just talking about entertainment.
The headline of the last few months from you has been that you feel that you're a better rapper than Eminem.
I am.
Right, so you're a better rapper than Eminem. I think that, well, and I also heard you say in an interview that part of you, when saying that, is trying to spark some sort of competition. You want there to be conversation in hip hop.
I'm a fan of M like everybody else. Like, he's not my favorite rapper. And I mean, I personally think like M has, like, to be perfectly honest, I feel like he has like 2.5, 3 albums out of 11 that are really like solid projects, but like so do I and beyond. So I mean, what constitutes M being a better rapper than me? You know what I'm saying? If I got classic albums too. Eminem came in at a time where he was a white rapper, and we all know about white privilege. I mean, so it exists in hip hop as well, especially at the time when M came in. He was the best white rapper in the world. So I'm not saying that M is not one of the, you know, great rappers, but so am I. But he's not better than me.
So you speak about white privilege, and at the time that we're shooting this interview, the person who sits atop the Billboard Hot 100 right now is a white man. It's Jack Harlow from Kentucky. He certainly makes hits. Do you think that white privilege plays a factor in the success of
I think that
his
white
music?
privilege plays a factor in everything that has to do with a white person succeeding. It's just it's an edge. It's just an edge, man. It's almost like if you're asking a man to bench press 300 and asking a woman, like, obviously you know that the man is going to be stronger than the woman, right? So that's who you place your bets with. As far as like white privilege, like, yeah, Jack Harlow is an amazing rapper, and he's also putting in the work. That's one thing about Jack that I like, is you can see Jack putting in the work. He's out here grinding. He's doing all the interviews, the podcasts. He's putting out the music. He put out a solid first album. But for sure, white privilege plays a factor in any white rapper's career, man. It just is what it is, and it's not. I didn't create the shit. Like, if it was on me, it'd be black privilege. If it was on me, I'd like to put out an artist called Black Harlow and see if he get the same love. You know what I'm saying? And so it just is what it is, man. But Jack can help that he was born white, and that he, you know, chose rap, and that he's dope, and that this is what, you know, he's, you know, the accolades and the things that he are achieving at this point in his career are what they are. Like, of course, when they see the white man coming through the building, they're going to do a little bit extra. It's not the same when you're black, and that's okay.
Yeah, help me understand that, though, because to some people, hip-hop is a collective of people that look like us. And so one would think that maybe Jack or a white person would have a disadvantage. How is it that he would have an advantage as a white man in hip-hop, in this arena?
There's a few people, right, that doesn't apply to. Like M. Like, M grew up in 8 Mile, Detroit. All his best friends are black. You know what I'm saying? So there is no disadvantage, because you get white privilege and you accept it with niggas because, you know, culturally, like, these your partners and this is who you fuck with. The same with Jack. Jack got that one thing. Like, Jack not like, you know, there's a difference between Jack Harlow and Post Malone. As far as like urban. Like, Post Malone is a fucking, you know, he came out White Iverson based off of, you know, Allen Iverson, which is his big fucking record. Not to take nothing away from him, but we all love Iverson, and that song was fucking amazing by Post Malone. And he obviously idolized Iverson, but Posty is like more of like a rock star hippie at heart, and like, you know, and getting rock star shit. Jack got, you know what happens when a white dude got a little soul. You know what I'm saying? We seen Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when black people really just know that, you know, you're the type of white dude that's kind of like invited to the barbecue, like a Timberlake or M or a Jack Harlow, then that it just doesn't apply to artists like that.
It's a little extra love given.
Bubba Sparks.
Yeah.
Like, remember, Bubba was the shit.
Yeah.
One of my best friends again inside and outside of music is Paul Wall.
Yeah, that's
But you
another
know
one.
what Paul Wall is?
Yeah.
Paul Wall damn near black, bro. Be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He white, but he black. So at the end of the day, man, you know what it is, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's cooler to be accepted in the black community and be white, because then again, white privilege is gonna work. And you low-key got a black privilege because you fuck with black people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the time that the Drink Champs interview came out, which was super long, by the way, that shit
Yeah.
was like 4 hours. So watching that in preparation for this took me quite some time. But the main takeaway that people took and ran with was that Kanye had did more for you in 2 weeks than Dr. Dre did for you in your
Right.
whole career. We've heard you speak about that and clear that up. I'm just wondering, in the weeks since then, what has happened? Anything, has the relationship with Kanye kind of evolved? Is he still doing things for you that you feel like are bettering you as a person?
I say this. I say that every time I needed Ye, and this is just a part of why I said that. And people don't know my truth. People are not walking in my Air Force Ones. They don't know what I do daily, and they don't know me and Dre's relationship in comparison to me and Ye's or anything like that. Ye, anytime I've ever needed Ye, he's always been there for me.
Yeah.
And this is after I've been like, I was disrespected, you know, his marriage at times by saying, you know, what me and Kim used to be and all of this stuff like that. And even Ye will joke about that now. I'll sit with Ye and he's like, you know, well shit, well game, you know, you fucked with Kim first. And I'll be like, nigga, like we in a room full of people. Like why?
Is that
you know what I'm
awkward
saying?
for you when that happens?
The first 2 times it was kind of awkward. Now it's just like Ye being honest and it's all good. And you know, more power to you know, Kim and what she's doing and Ye and you know, they whole dynamic and raising their kids. Like I believe that co-parenting is beautiful. I wish that they were, you know, still a unit, because I mean, you know, Kim and Kanye was like a thing, and
Yeah.
they got 4 beautiful children. And I hate when families break up, but they both seem happily elsewhere, and that's cool too, as long as they happy. But Dre ain't always there when I need him. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to be. You know what I'm saying? He got his own life and his own shit, and he doesn't have to be there when I need him. I don't need to be spoon fed by anybody. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool to have a friend that when you reach out to, they come through for you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, fair enough. The Easy record, it was a big one. Is that weird when you have a song with someone that you consider a friend, you have a mutual person that you dated, but Ye is rapping about the tumultuous relationship and about beating the ass of his ex's new boy? Is that weird for you? I feel like I would just kind of be in the room looking around like, damn.
That's why I was on the first verse. I got my shit off
and
then
got out of there, right?
I skirted out. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I left the rest of the song to Ye. And as you can see, Ye's verse is like hella longer than mine.
Yeah.
Because I let him unpack his shit. And what a lot of people didn't see and didn't hear is that for him, that was therapeutic.
Yeah.
He got to get it out on a record and let the public, feel and feel where he was coming from and hear where he was coming from. And isn't that what we should be doing in hip hop? If
Facts.
you don't want no cap and you want artists to be real, if you want a painter to grab a canvas and put it on the easel and paint something from their heart, let's accept it when it comes in the form of hip hop and honesty, especially in a world where artists are just doing, a bunch of fucking bullshitting and capping.
So therapeutic for Kanye, but for the game, is it weird?
Nah, it wasn't weird. It was cool. It was cool.
You better than me, dog, because I would be in that shit like, oh, this is awkward. Like,
Yeah, nah.
talk about-
And again, man, I was in there like writing with him. So, some of
you
the
guys
lines-
made the record together.
Yeah, we made the record together.
So as he's writing and he's going through and he's like, yeah, I'm about to say this about.
He don't write.
Okay, so as you audibly hear him say like, oh, talking about the marriage, talking about Pete Davidson's
I'm
ass,
like-
your reaction is what?
Like, say it like this.
You added in, like,
And some of those lines, Ye looked at me like, can I say this? And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. Hell yeah, you can say that. So, I mean, a lot of those strong lines and more of the lines that might seem a little borderline disrespectful probably was like me tapping him on the shoulder like, we good with that.
say this too and
Yeah,
add this.
And add this.
Say
yeah.
you gonna beat his ass, throw that
Yeah.
shit in there
And
too.
then when he did it, I was like, yo, we got to put this shit out. Because
ASAP.
Ye will wake up tomorrow and feel like he don't want to say that no more. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I'm like, we put it out. And then, so we got that done. We got this video all done in that week. And yeah, then it was too late.
Do you remember the first time Kanye addressed to you or acknowledge the fact that you guys had dated the same person in Kim?
He knew. He knew. Kanye is really smart, bro. He knew about everybody that Kim dated before, like, she dated him. So,
Yeah.
I mean, but everybody that you date, if you go outside and meet a girl today, she has a history. She dated somebody.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And so even
But
whether
most times, her next partner won't be like a peer of mine.
does that really matter, though?
It depends. It depends how close you become with the person. Some men are insecure in that way, in that they don't want to walk into a room with their lady knowing that there's someone else who she was once with in the past.
Yeah.
I'm not that way specifically, but there are a lot of men that are insecure in that way.
Man, if me and you right here, bro, and I'm pretty sure that after this we would have forged a camaraderie, right? And a mutual respect for each other. If I seen you with like a girl I used to date, the next time I seen you, I'd be like, yo, Speedy, she like it from the side. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, cause I wanna make sure that it's good, that you last in there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you what I did, to fuck up, make sure you stay down. But yeah, nah, man, there ain't no jealousy with me. I don't understand that. Like, my brother could date a girl that I used to be with, and I would be just fine with it. I say that a wife, though, like, once somebody was your wife, I'm not gonna date your ex-wife.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's cool, cause like, standing in front of your two sides of a family and God and exchanging vows is just a different spiritual thing, and I don't really like playing with that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, but your girlfriend, like, nobody owns anybody. You know what I'm saying? And it's not until you put on rings and share a commitment to spend the rest of your lives together under any circumstance that it's cemented. So if it's not that, like, what are you mad at?
That's fair. That's very fair. Now, Game, the same thing that people love you for is what some people would be mad at you for. The one thing that I know that I and my peoples love you for is that you're always confident and willing to say whatever you want. Now, when you have a situation like Kim, where you have a friend and your friend in Kanye, and then you have vulgar lines about Kim, and then that say, had her by the throat, blah, 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 all of that. How is navigating a situation like that with like your ex and your homie who is now married to her?
I think that, like, my past is my past and my story is my story. So if, like, I don't know, your wife's a part of my history or my story, and on this day I feel like I gotta explain my story, then I'll do that. And I'm saying in the past, I'm speaking past tense, because there's a few times where Ye called me after he heard me say some shit and was like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "What's up, nigga?" He like, "Come on, man." And I'm like, "Come on, what?" And he like, "Can you not, Kim's mad about the line. Can you just not do it anymore?" And I'm like, "Yeah," And then so I stopped for a while, and I didn't do it again. I didn't do it no more. And then I did it again, and he got a little pissed off at me, and we didn't speak for like 6 months. I don't know. I'm not saying it was due to that, but I could hear the anger in his voice a little bit the second time, because he really meant it the second time, and I felt he meant it, and I love him to death. So then I really just axed the shit. You know what I'm saying? And we've been smooth ever since. So.
Okay.
But that's just being honest, and that's my brother, and so we get into some shit. Even when working on Donda 2, there was a few times where I thought that this should have went that way or this should have went that way, and he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna do it this way," and I was like, "But you should do it that way," and then he'll come back later and be like, "Nah, you was right," and vice versa in my shit. So yeah, that's my brother.
That's what brotherhood is about. We all get into things and we get over them and get through them. Now, over the years, there have been some things that have come from you that the internet has been uncertain about, to the point where they be like, "Man, the game is lying about shit."
Right.
Have you ever heard people say this on the internet?
Yeah, all the time, bro. It's like I'm like out here just making up shit or something like that.
That's what they think.
Like,
and so I want to just throw a couple things at you that have happened in the last few years, and you maybe just provide some clarity and let me know the situation. The first one was, it was your son's birthday, and he was sitting on the hood of a Lambo, and you had penned this caption about how he wanted to honor Nipsey at that time. But people was like, "Man, this shit ain't true."
Yeah.
Is it true, and how did it happen?
That particular situation, my son knew Nipsey. Nipsey knew my son. my son did absolutely share that this is a way that he wanted to sort of show Nip some love, and I just did it and followed his orders and put it on the internet, or followed his wishes and put it on the internet. People are just so fucking consumed with like other people's lives, as they should be, but they're not judge and jury of what a motherfucker is doing, especially if I'm like living through it. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Okay, the next one. Did Drake watch you make a 3 for $20,000 from Kevin Durant?
Yo, he did, bro. It was at Drake's house.
So this is a fact.
It's a fact.
Because then Kevin Durant was like, "What? That ain't never."
You know why? Because Kevin Durant can't be saying he's gambling. He's a professional athlete.
Okay.
But on the side,
But then it makes you look bad. It made you look like
it's cool though. KD, my dude, and I'm a rapper, and I get it. Like, and before I said that, I didn't even factor in that he is a professional athlete, and they can't be gambling. It's like, like, it's just not cool to be an athlete gambling. They think if you gambling with this, you're probably doing something else. And so I kind of put him in a bad spot. KD ended up honoring, the bet anyway, and ended up, donating shoes to the kids in my AAU team. So
he made good on the bet.
He made good on it, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Last one here. Is it true that you used to make Kylie Jenner bowls of Frosted Flakes in the morning?
Absolutely. Both, Kendall and Kylie. And I don't know if it was just Frosted Flakes. It could have been any cereal. But yeah, they used to be like, "Yo, Game, can you make us some cereal?" These are questions you can ask these people, man.
Because people thought that was a lie for sure. And that was a line in a leaked verse or something that you had. And you were like, "Yo, she made $1 billion off of makeup. I used to give her Frosted Flakes when she wake up," or something like that.
It's true.
That's a fact.
It's a fact. You laughing like...
I don't know, man, because the internet will have you thinking that.
The internet will have you thinking anything, but it is what it is. And then why would I be on here with you now and double lie
Like
about
double
some
down
stupid
on
shit?
it?
Some stupid shit. It's just simple, man. Like, I used to make Kylie and Kendall cereal in the morning. Kim would go downtown and work on her clothing line and do all of that. Kim used to be a stylist. And I'm talking about before the Kardashian empire,
earlier.
like Kim every day used to wake up and go source fabric and go downtown and do all of that. And I was like left there with Kylie and Kendall sometimes just chilling. And low key, they were like, Chris is an amazing mom. Like, these kids were like, they know how to like get it in. Like, they were, they were all like mature as hell to be, as young as they were. But yeah, like, Game, can you like reach this and get that? Yeah, that was like me in the morning.
You was like big bro for a minute.
For sure.
Okay. All right. I'm glad you were able to.
And you could ask anybody that: Courtney, Kim, Chloe, Kendall, Kylie, Chris.
If I asked them, did the Game used to make them bowls of cereal?
It's true.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
All right. One day I will ask them. But
Hopefully.
I don't want you to think I don't believe you, though.
No. Whether you believe me or not is up to you because you weren't there. So
Facts.
It's like you can form any opinion you want. I'm not gonna judge you for that, for having your own opinion.
Right. This is something that I've been waiting to ask you for a long time because it was one of the funniest moments of the last few years when it came out. You were rapping the same freestyle for like 5 years in a stint. Red Rose, White Ceiling, Nobody's No Caskets. Like, whether you were on the street, radio freestyle, this place, that place. What was the story with that? Was it just a verse and not a freestyle, or like what was happening?
It was just it was a really long song that Cool and Dre had produced. It was gonna be a intro on my, I think it was Red Album. I don't know if it was the Red Album or something else. But it was just a point in hip hop where I was just going around and I didn't really give a fuck. So like every time somebody asked me to freestyle, because niggas always do, I just say the one that on my head that just sticks. And that one was so dope to me. I just kept saying it and saying it and saying it. But like, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. Like, I can freestyle or I don't have to freestyle.
Right.
And if you don't want me to freestyle the same fucking freestyle, don't ask me to freestyle, because I'm busy as fuck. And right now, and at that time, I wasn't even that passionate about like rap or music, and like I was just chilling. But anybody that has a problem with it, like, when you see me, like, take it up with me in person, and then let's just figure it out then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your reaction when the world realized that this happened? Were you laughing about it, like, oh, y'all finally noticed or some shit?
Nah, I was just like, damn, that's cool that somebody is like really compiled all these motherfuckers and put them together. You always have to go inside of the mind of motherfuckers that really do the research and do shit like that, because I'm not sitting around my life every day like gathering information about another soul so that I can do God, like whatever the fuck these internet geeks be doing.
Yeah.
But I guess everybody got to do something. So I mean, get it in.
Yeah, get it in how you live. You know?
Live it. I love it, man. But I mean, that guy has a YouTube channel. He wants views. He wants clicks. Why not use me? I'm the biggest rapper in the world.
Are you the biggest rapper?
I am. Literally.
In which, like,
all of them.
the game? Are you the biggest rapper? How is the game the biggest rapper in the world?
Number one, I'm just lyrically better than everybody else. And again, this is how I feel about myself.
Yourself.
Anybody watching this could say, oh no, this person's better, this person's better. You, for one, think Fabulous is better than me.
I didn't say that. I
You
just said
you're your
Fabulous is my
rapper.
favorite.
If I'm not your favorite, that means he's better than me.
That's not true. Because
To you.
my favorite is not who I think is the best rapper of all time.
Right.
I just like the way he raps. I'm from
Oh,
New
so
York.
I asked you who your favorite rapper
You
was.
said who's your favorite rapper?
All right, so
my
who's the
favorite,
best? Who's your best rapper?
I
of
think
all
the
time?
best rapper is Hov. I think you got to give it to Jay.
for
That's just
for
me.
everything, right?
Yeah, the way he's taken hip hop and built this entire
right.
empire, his cadences, his bars, he's got classic albums. So I would just say Jay.
If we're judging on everything, then I would agree with you.
Sure,
And
sure,
I would say Hove too. But as far as like the best rapper in the world, like I'm the best rapper in the world because nobody can out rap me. And if they can, let's see.
When you say out rap you, what does that mean?
All right, so you know how you said Hove is like the best, like all around. Like beat me at everything. Like beat me at the rap battle.
In what on a verse, in a freestyle,
Freestyle, verse,
what's the arena that we're?
physically fight, arm wrestle, like everything.
Okay, so
What if you edging me out and then like I get angry?
So you're saying two different things. You're saying that you are the best rapper, but you've also said that you're the biggest rapper. Are both of these statements true? Are you the biggest rapper in the world?
6'5" at 270
You
pounds.
mean physically you're the biggest? Okay.
That would constitute. You just said you gave Hove the best rapper because of everything.
Right.
All right, so-
When somebody said, "Yo, I'm the biggest rapper in the world," I didn't know that you meant your biceps. I'm thinking you mean like
At one point,
reach.
Biggie was the biggest rapper in
Right,
the
but
world.
I thought you meant in terms of reach or in terms of this. You know, just the biggest rappers.
My albums and my music stretches from here to every continent.
Oh, I'm not debating that at all.
So I mean, reach too. Like, is anybody going over to like, I don't know, like get a census on like how far my reach is and how far somebody else? Or are we talking about like manipulated Spotify numbers and shit like that? Because we know that's a big business too.
It is, but when you say, you know, I'm the biggest rapper in the world.
No rapper alive can out rap me. Underground, overground, in hip hop, out of hip hop, no one is better than me.
Okay.
And if you are, not to cut you off because you Speedy, but I beat you to it. I'm kind of Speedy too. I'm good at that. So give me my.
That's another accolade.
No, but what I'm saying is that there's no rapper that is better than me. And if they are, let's rap because I'm able to do it.
Are you the type of guy who can be objective in that if somebody did beat you, you'd be able to be like, all right, you got it?
Of course. Kanye beat me once outside of a Nike Town at a Nelly release party. So
I
there you
remember
go.
that story. And he had the girls there and he was.
That's why he was playing off. He was on some Biggie shit.
But that's how you do it. You play to the crowd, you get the
It
crowd
was
on
like
your
it was
side.
like if Pac and Biggie freestyle with chicks around. Like Biggie would be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Put you down to the socks, rings and what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. Nah, Ye edged me out.
I love to ask artists this. You do a quick Google search, it says the game's net worth is $10 million. Accurate or inaccurate?
It says that?
Yeah, 10 million.
10 million?
Celebrity net worth, $10 million.
Yeah, that's inaccurate. That's crazy.
How far off are we? You don't have to give me a literal, I'm not a pocket watcher, but just, is it way off?
I got like a $2 million shoe collection, and I live in a $5 million home. And that's just that and
That's
that.
7 right there.
I got 2 baby mamas, 3 kids, a kid going to Oregon, like, you know, out of state commit.
Tuition.
I got a Supreme shirt, some Gucci pants. You know what
The
I'm
bust
saying?
down rollie.
A bust down rollie, grill. I'm in a G-Wagon. That's one of 7 cars or 8. I don't know. I got 4 motorcycles, a boat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's off, man. It's
10
off.
million, inaccurate.
It's off. Yes, it's inaccurate.
I remember once you posted a screenshot when you were doing the Robin Hood project of a bank account that had 13 million in it by itself.
Exactly.
So that's already more than the 10.
I spent that for sure.
It's gone.
That's for sure.
The
'Cause
13 million is
Bro,
gone?
I don't believe in like saving your money. Like for what? And these days, money ain't even money. It's like on a phone. Like, I like cash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I grew up like Scarface, or like, nigga, where you can see New Jack City, where you can see money.
Yeah, open the shoebox or stuff it in the matches. Now it's just like a virtual.
Let me ask you a question real quick, just real quick. If I gave you a duffel bag, Big Meech's old duffel bag, and it had $1 million cash in it, would you get more excited about that, or if I Apple paid you $1 million?
No, definitely the Louis duffel with the bread in my hand.
That's
Because
what
I'm like, yo,
saying.
here's $1
So
million.
it's like money these days, like if you, like a billionaire, right? Like I could be standing next to Elon Musk. It doesn't mean that he's richer than me in life. It just means that he has more digital,
More numbers.
on his fucking phone
yeah.
or his computer than me. But it doesn't mean he's richer than me in soul, heart, and character. And not a shot at Elon. I'm just saying Elon because he hella rich, and that's the homie too. But yeah, man, riches in your soul. You can have $5 in your pocket and be the richest man on earth. My dad told me that a long time ago. Confidence. You could be a billionaire, trillionaire in confidence. And then some niggas is trash.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
You really think you spent $13 million since then? That's a lot of money.
What was that, like 10 years ago?
Yeah, like maybe like eight years ago or so.
Yeah, of course.
13 mil just.
Bro, I spent like, what is this, June? I've spent probably $1 million on Balenciaga since January. And I know Kanye. And he sends me whatever, and I'm still, ask niggas in the Nordstrom Mall, bro.
$1 million on Balenciaga.
I mean, in the Topanga Mall. I'm in there, yeah. I spent $1 million on Balenciaga since January, probably.
Damn.
But you know, I'm worth $10 million.
Is it true that when Drake owes you money, it comes in a black envelope with an OVO thing?
They gonna say I'm lying. Hey yo, when Drake bets you and he loses, OVO envelope with the money in it. Oh, and he got the big kind, you know, the orange ones too.
It comes in a black envelope with a
and I'm
with
not
the owl
saying he
on
out here
it?
losing bets.
No, but
like Drizzy got a fucking OVO fucking jet. Like
Yeah.
he got money to lose. So yeah, but when Drizzy when he lose a bet, it comes in a black OVO something with the gold owl on it. Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yep.
I know that because I heard that you beat him in basketball many years ago.
He bet on Kentucky.
Oh, is it? Okay, you were
Yeah,
betting on Kentucky.
yep.
But he's a man of his word, paid his debt. I'm wondering if you've seen him on the court these days. I mean, one-footed fadeaways,
I seen
mid-range, fadeaway threes. You know what I mean?
Hey, it was one point in our friendship where I thought Drake was like trash at basketball, but he doing some shit at his house.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the floor was made or patented, so when this nigga jump at a certain spot,
the
just
shot
it's
automatically
automatic.
go in?
I'm gonna have to go out to Toronto and check the floor, but I can't even get in Toronto. I need Drake for that. So it's like, you know. Nah, but Drake is looking nice out there on his court.
On that court, he looks impressive.
He looked nice as fuck.
They got
on
the
his court.
jerseys. He got the scoreboard with the headbands.
So I guess
like,
the challenge is to get Drake out of his house and on another court.
yeah. I mean, maybe if you brought him to the Drew or something, would he still be
We
able
gotta
to?
see. We definitely know he can get in America.
Yeah.
I can't get in Toronto.
Based off of your basketball skill that we know you have versus Drake, if you're putting a black OVO envelope up with some bread on the line, who's winning that game?
What are we going to?
11.
11-0.
No way.
11-0.
He wouldn't score one.
Nah.
He's not doing that little drop shoulder fadeaway that I've been
What?
seeing?
I'm smacking that shit off the wall.
You're
and
telling
that's
me
my
he
dog.
can't put up 1 point.
Not one.
How about game 15?
Is game going to 15?
No, I'm saying instead of game 11, let's say the game is
15-0. Speedy, it don't matter what you make it. I'm not letting Drake score on me, bro.
Game to 21. Does he score?
21 Savage, no. 21-0. I'm not letting Drake score on me, bro. And I don't know who's playing the defense over there at the OVO mansion, man. And Drake, like I said, he been looking nice, but I'm not letting Drizzy score on me, man.
Not 1 point.
No.
All right, fair enough. I know that you don't like to fly, and so I imagine by virtue of not wanting to fly, you've had to turn down some business opportunities, turn down some bags. I just recently heard Snoop Dogg say that he once turned down a $2 million check to go DJ a Shaq event or something like that because he just didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, what's the biggest check you think you've ever turned down? Biggest bag you didn't cash?
I've turned down probably like a $6-7 million tour because I was trying to hit legend on 2K.
No way.
Yeah. And this is true.
Instead of touring
Yeah.
and potentially grossing $6 million, $7 million, You was on the My Player?
I was on the My Player, like trying to hit legend.
Did you hit it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I was first that year too.
Did it value out in your mind? Like, did you feel like, all right, cool, I'm good now? Like,
Yeah, because happiness. It's all about what makes you happy. I didn't feel like going on tour at that time. I wasn't even emotionally there, and a lot of people don't understand that. It's like we got to stop putting such, like money is money. We needed to, get the essentials in life, but I think that the happiest people in life are the people that play the middle. Like school teachers and nurses and people that are like well off and not super rich, and obviously people that are poor or need a lift and need help. But being rich ain't even always cool, man. I know more miserable rich people than I know regular people.
Wait, say that again. You know more?
I know more miserable people that are billionaires and almost billionaires than just normal everyday people, man. Like straight frustrated and stressed the fuck out.
Why do you think that is?
Because it's too much. It's too much to handle. Anything that's too much is always gonna stress you the fuck out.
So in your mind, does money buy happiness? Does money equate to being happier?
Money buy happiness. It's just how long is that happiness gonna last? Until you have to buy something else.
That's a bar right there. That is a bar.
All love, man.
New tat, maybe. I have never seen this Drillmatic tat that you have, and next to it is a Kobe tat. Have you always had this Kobe tat?
I had the Kobe since right after Kobe passing, yeah.
Okay. Huge Kobe fan. Are you responsible for Kobe's 81-point game?
I'm not responsible. Kobe's jumper, his legs, and his skill set is responsible.
But you know why I ask that?
Right.
Why for the people at home,
You seen Kobe say yep.
I did see Kobe say yep, but the people at home.
How you gonna tell Kobe it's not true after Kobe said
No, I'm not debating that whether or not it's true or not. I'm just saying, your music is essentially responsible for a lot of things.
Every time I used to go to the game and games I weren't at, Kobe used to always bang the Doctor's Advocate documentary before, during the game, after the game. It was just his thing. It just so happened to be me. It could have been anybody, man. And when I tweeted it and people questioned it and Kobe said, yep, because he ain't had time to play with y'all because he was working on his shit trying to be, the best basketball player to ever live still, even in his prime, people still question that. Somebody, Kobe hacked. Game's got to be lying. Like, I can't, these fucking people.
They didn't say that Kobe's hacked. That's crazy if they said that.
I don't know, maybe.
That's funny as shit. Okay, but he was listening to your music before, during, and after the games, and he just so happened to score 81. So maybe
and he scored 60-something a bunch of times, like before and after that.
So maybe you contributed to the 80. Maybe you're not responsible for the 81. Maybe you're responsible for like 40 of them.
Maybe when I walk out of here, if I go do a deal and get $3 million, you'll be able to say I interviewed Game
right before, and I inspired him in a way that made him sign that deal.
And so you walk out of here, I'm responsible for everything else.
Every other success that I have.
Yep, fuck it. That's what we do.
That's how I'm riding though. Any other win you have from here on out, if Drillmatic go platinum, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's me right there.
But are you not a part of my story?
I'm a small part of a story that contributes to the bigger
Take one person out of the world, you change everything.
Facts. That is a fact.
If you don't show up for work, this don't even go the same.
That is a fact. We've seen you do a lot of things, TV, music, hoop, fight, whatever. But there was one fight in particular that you challenged Logan Paul and his brother, Jake Paul, to a you and your brother versus Logan and Jake Paul. Joking, serious? What's the deal?
It was serious at the time that I said it. I just be like wanting to have street fights. I don't like all the shenanigans and shit. I don't like you maybe being able to put like weights in your gloves or a ref being able to say you beat me by default. Like, let's just meet up, a little dark alley and get it in, and just whoever walk out the alley is, on that type of time.
If you shoot the fair one with Jake Paul,
I'm winning that.
Easy money.
I'm winning that. It's like me and Drake going 11 at the OVO mansion.
He's 11 zip, but in the boxing
11
equivalent.
zip. Except Drake is my brother, and Jake Paul is fucking Logan's brother.
Fair enough. Drillmatic coming soon. What can the people expect from the album?
You can expect the album of the year from the best rapper in the world.
I mean, look, if I'm being honest, I don't know if I can trust you now because LAX was supposed to be your last album. Then Born to Rap was supposed to be the final album.
Yeah.
And now here you are again with Drillmatic. Partially excited, partially like, damn, why the game been lying to me? Is this the last album, or is music just contemporary for you and you're just like, I'm gonna keep putting out art until I don't want to anymore?
I thought that I always, cause I'm a hooper, right? I'm an athlete. And so I always equated like hip hop to like ball. And I felt like when niggas get close to 40, they should just kind of like hang it up. Cause I mean, in sports, like, you know, once you get to 37 and 38, 39, this is, you know, Michael Jordan and LeBron and Kobe, these are all the GOAT's primes. I feel like you should start like getting intact with your business and like start transitioning out of rap, because how much more is it to rap about when you're a street rapper? You know what I'm saying? Once the streets start to dull down, it's just that in my life, it just never fucking ceases. I had this title of Drillmatic in my head. I was gonna give Drillmatic to Dirk, the title.
Yeah.
I text Dirk and I'm like, yo, you should call your next album Drillmatic.
Yeah,
And he was like,
that's fire.
because I felt like it was, I felt like Drake, I felt like Dirk was Drillmatic. It's like, if you respect real hip hop, which it would be, let's say Nas because of Illmatic, and you from the Shy and you drilling, I felt like Dirk should have had that. So I text Dirk and he was like, that shit hard, fam. And he was like, I might fuck with that. He took too long.
And then you was like, nah, I need that.
I was like, yo, let me get that back. So I told Hit the title. Hit was like, that's hard as fuck. We fucking with it. And so I started diving into the concept. Conceptually, nobody can fuck with me. And I like everything that's come out. Like my favorite albums, of course, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Pusha T put out some shit. Don Toliver. Like I love everything that's going on. Kevin Gates about to drop. Like it's a bunch of dope ass albums. But I just don't think that at this point that nobody's gonna have a better project than Drillmatic. And I don't want to be the judge. Listen to my shit and you be the judge and put it up against your favorite albums of 2022 and be honest with yourself. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Be honest with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And don't, because of my antics outside of music or this or that or my drama-filled career, don't let that be the judge of the music. This is new music. It's coming at a new time, and like give it an ear, and I guarantee you it's gonna be the best album this year.
The best album of the year from the best rapper in the world.
Yeah.
I appreciate you stopping by, man. I know that Drink Champs gave you some flowers on the show. You asked if they were Ray J flowers.
Yeah.
Why did you ask if they were Ray J flowers?
I don't remember. I was drunk.
You said, because they said that the flowers can't die. And you were like, oh, they can't die.
Oh, they were like Ray J glasses. Yeah, that you broke. Didn't you break those?
I did break those glasses.
That's crazy. I'm sitting here with the guy that broke, he's not even Speedy no more. You broke fucking Ray J unbreakable glasses. Crazy.
It's one of my many successes, but the next time I have a success.
Mine's actually don't break.
Don't make me test it, because
Nah.
Because I really will.
I'm just telling you, these don't break.
These biceps are serious.
Yeah,
I could really.
I see you over there.
All right, Drillmatic, we have a date, June 17th.
June 17th.
Okay. The best album, what was it? The best album of the year from the best rapper?
The album of the year from the best rapper in the world.
Fair enough. Game, I appreciate you taking the time, Brody.
Love, bro. It's just fun.